Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Canada Cup 2016. We are here at the top 16 loser side. Yep. My name is Beiruti.
Hey, I'm Ultra David. Yeah, we've already run a couple of the losers side top 16, so we know that in order to get into top 8, Bonchan will have to play against XYZZY.
Yep.
And Nuki will have to play against K-Brad. Now we have to see how the rest of this goes, and we are going to jump in with a huge one.
Yes, this is going to be a battle of the century here. We got Daigo Umehara versus Infiltration.
These are two of the best Street Fighter players of all time. In fact, this might be the top two. Like, definitely this is top three.
Yeah,
okay,
this is amongst this. It's up there, absolutely. And of course, Infiltration been running his, Nash the whole way through, and Daigo's talked about this matchup quite a lot, where he really feels like you can't throw fireballs too much as Ryu in this matchup.
Okay,
I'm curious to see if that's kind of changed since then. But he's going with Rashid.
I am so happy that this matchup happened.
Is this what's happening?
So remember when I was talking about how I said Infiltration would pick a different character in case he fought against a certain character and player? It was Daigo Umehara's Ryu! And he said this is one of the characters that he would bring out because he feels that Rashid and the other character, who I guess we'll see if it comes up, counters Ryu.
Okay.
So I'm so happy that this did come up. I'm sorry to see that it's in losers, but you know what? It's cool to see this out of Infil. So it's not Nash. It's the character that you're seeing right now. This pressure available to him.
Yeah.
Jump back roundhouse.
Yeah.
Like already, I don't know if I've seen a Rashid do that.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier how that crouching strong could be a really good option for Daigo. Could definitely shut down that stand roundhouse from Infiltration's Rashid, which standing roundhouse where Rashid can get through the low forward, can get through a few, like the sweep.
Right.
Really crushes those lows. And look at that. Just dashes back, and he's so on point with that V skill. Yeah, but what we've seen earlier, Daigo is going to really utilize that stand short into EX Tatsu. Is a really big tool for him in this matchup.
Okay, a little bit of damage, not a whole lot, and then tried to rush in too hard. Daigo got the counter.
Just out of range for that forward.
Pressuring from the front, and he backs off. So very interesting style of Rashid. It's not insistent about the pressure. He seems like he plays this mid-range.
Yeah.
Even when he has pressure, he's been backing off.
Right now, Infiltration looking so confident, but Daigo is probably looking to activate that V trigger off something, so he's going to take a risk just like that. And once he got the shimmy, just a little too slow.
Oh, hold on now.
Wow. Risky stuff, and Daigo closes it out with the EX Fireball. Incredible stuff. I mean, I really think Daigo has grown in this matchup quite a bit, especially with what we've seen earlier against the Rashid matchup. He played against some high-level Rashids, and it was clear that Daigo really kind of figured out the ranges he wants to be against this character.
Yeah, and it's just very safety-first player. He's moving forward, very few fireballs, very little in the way of buttons.
Nice.
Just looking for whiffs to punish.
Yeah, now he's got meter. You're going to see him use that stand short a little bit more. Cancel into the EX Tatsu, but we'll see. Here comes Infiltration. Okay. Yes.
At least getting away. Wow, what an idea.
Oh, no stand. I mean, a stand fierce there probably would have worked. Interesting shimmy there.
Trying to get the corner, trying to make it count. Wow, nice. Will he set it up? Yes.
Yeah. And Daigo's just going to have to block. Okay, he's going to eat the damage. Not too much
Super
here. Oh, that's a huge whip here. Here comes Daigo. Gets the meaty.
This comeback.
And that's going to be, okay, if he drops that, that should do it. And Daigo Umehara is going to be up one game here against Razor Infiltration. What a big drop here.
That game ended up with 39 seconds. And I feel that at 45, there was still corner control and major life lead for Infiltration. So that melted so quickly.
Okay, looks like Infiltration is going to go back with it with Rashid.
Okay, it's not going to be the other character he mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at those. Look at that use of that crouch strong there from Daigo. The sweep, yeah, trying to whip punish.
A big chance now for Infiltration. I guess I just want to see him pressure a little bit more. You see, it's a very different Rashid style. When he gets the pressure opportunities, he goes back on purpose.
Okay.
Wow, cute.
Yeah. A little risky there, but he's close to stun here. And nice. I like the use of the EX Fireball. Tells him to get out. I mean, Rashid's V-skill does go through fireballs, but you got to time it right. Extremely hard to do against an EX Fireball.
Razor Infiltration backing off.
Yeah, there you go.
Set up.
Wants his turn. Yeah, and right now Daigo knows the Tornado's not even going to reach him at this point.
Right.
No need to be afraid. And here you go. Okay, so
EX.
use the X. Yes, good stuff there from Infiltration. He needed to use that to close out the round. He's up 1 round in this game.
So funky, you know, trying to see how he's playing this, because it's so much about the neutral game. It's so much about the mid-range. Even when he has pressure opportunities, he backs off. It's so different that, you know, I'm impressed at Daigo adapting, and we're taking the first game against it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not how you think that you would play against Rashid.
Okay, gets a little bit of damage there. Cute goes for the medium tornado. Okay. What? Yeah, some crazy stuff there.
A lot of interesting ideas, that's for sure. Daigo gets the knockdown, pressure now, and he backs off.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he's looking for. I think he's just
Playing patiently and safely, I guess.
Yeah. What Daigo's idea might be is that he probably knows he wants to reverse. He does not want to give up this corner pressure. I think he just wants to throw fireballs at this range.
Yeah, it's a good cage. It's a range where reacting with V-skill is tough, and it's a range where the jumps won't work because Daigo can anti-air easily.
Yeah, I'm wondering now if Infiltration is just going to use that V-trigger to try and get something going here. Okay, gets out.
And just patient play from Daigo. Nothing really coming in the way of
Here it
commitment
is.
until that.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, I mean, you can get damage that way, but he should have gotten the corner carry and used a little bit of meter. But here it comes.
Can Infiltration find this other opportunity?
Yeah.
13 seconds left.
He could have gotten the super.
Will he again get an opportunity? No!
And Daigo tied up 1-1 here. Yeah, I mean, that could have landed into a stand fears, into V-skill into the pop-up, into super. That would have been it. And just a little execution error there from Infiltration. Nice. I love the use of that crouch short.
There it is.
Don't really get much out of it, but the range is so high. Yeah, he can follow up. Oh, nice. Finally mixing it up, putting throws into that mix.
Knockdown, and then, no, not too much in the way. Oh, Daigo is time to pressure. Wow, maybe double dash again.
Daigo really utilizing that V-reverse here. It's really getting him a lot. Nice. I love the jump back roundhouse.
Huge opportunity.
Daigo.
That patience just in case.
Okay, that's going to get punished.
Complete stand block. Gorgeous defense.
Yeah, he was just out of range there to go into super. He only needs to do one loop of it, but right now, if Infiltration gets a little bit more damage, I mean, Daigo's going to get into chip range.
That's true.
So we'll see. Maybe Infiltrations might want to wait it out and see if we can get a few raw hits here.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, if he gets one more little hit, it'll be clearly enough for a chip out. Yeah, okay, now he's in chip range, I think.
And no view reversal. Wow, it didn't even come up! Daigo with the movement. All of a sudden, he comes up and he gets the throw, and Daigo moves on. That Rashid pick just didn't work out.
Yeah.
What do you feel about how he played? You know, you use Rashid.
Yeah.
What do you think about that style that Infiltration just showed with the character?
I think he was too ready for it, too. It was clear that Daigo, since he had that set with Gachi-kun where he was really afraid of Rashid, and he was really talking him up against Ryu, I think his Rashid plays really leveled up. Because we saw here in this whole tournament, there's been a lot of Rashids, and it was clear in his neutral, the use of that crouch strong, the use of that stand short, he was ready for a lot of Rashid's buttons. You know, he wasn't going for a lot of low forwards, things that Rashid can easily crush. And I don't think that was the answer. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think that the Nash pick would have definitely been a lot more confident.
Yeah, you might be right about that. So in 2 consecutive matches, Daigo beats characters that, you know, some folks thought were counters to Ryu.
Yeah.
Balrog and then Rashid. And played by 2 extremely strong players. Alucard, Balrog, one of the best. And even though Rashid might be new for Infiltration, typically he's been able to just pick up a character, sort of think about it, and plan for it, and then do well. But there, no, Daigo was ready for both of those.
Yeah, I really think the kind of the future for Rashid is that style where you burn everything for the corner carry, and you gotta try and get that corner carry. And there's many times there where Infiltration really wasn't focusing on that. He just kind of wanted the damage sometimes, wasn't really too worried about burning bar just to get that corner pressure.
And in fact, even when he did have corner pressure, it was light.
It was light.
He backdashed even when Ryu was fully cornered a couple of times. So he's out. That means Daigo moves on, and he will play against Daikoku for top 8. We have to see who will move on in the bottom half of the losers bracket now. Filipino champ on the right from Northern California, Phenom from Norway.
Yes, Phenom had a few close games here, one of them being against Ray Ray, and totally made it out. And Phenom's, still trying to make Europe proud.
Oh, yeah. And he has a strong shot to do this still.
Yeah, I just feel like Phenom really understands the risk reward so well. Every time I see him play, I'm like, man, this guy knows when to go in, what risks to take, and that's just like one of the strongest aspects of him. That's one thing a lot of players struggle with too. So I'm curious to see how he's going to do against Filipino Champ, who I think is the only Dalsum left here in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we've seen a decent amount of Dalsums.
That's true, actually, and Snafu did make it pretty far.
Yeah, so Champ definitely sticking it through with this character. Dalsum obviously has quite a few rough matchups, but overall can definitely deal with a lot of them as well.
So Filipino Champ started 64 in losers. He beat Count Black. He beat Punko. That's a tough one. To beat Kami is not easy.
And especially that style of Kami. Yeah.
And then he beat Ranma Sama, probably Rashid, also very difficult. And then he beat Stupendous to make his way into losers top 16.
Looks like we're going straight into it here. BX3 Phenom versus PG Filipino Champ. Oh, nice. Okay.
This matchup is a lot about that mobility for Dalsum. You just can't let Necalli in. And the ground options are only going to get you so far. You have to be above the ground pound. You don't want to. At all costs, you have to prevent Necalli from gaining faster V-trigger. Super important.
I mean, look at Filipino Champ. He has not been staying still at all.
No, you have to be mobile. And that's a general sim thing, but I feel it's extremely important, especially in this matchup.
Oh, here comes Phenom. Okay, I like the use of the early V-trigger.
Just pushes his opponent back to a safer spot.
Look at that gray health. Yeah, that's exactly what Phenom kind of wants to get
no
back
anti-air.
here.
Now, Rashid, Necalli can jump well on Sim. He has really good jump-ins.
Yeah.
So Sim anti-air, not easy.
Okay, Phenom, here he comes with a huge lead. And that's something I see him do a lot, actually. Go throw after throw.
I was just thinking that. I wonder how many times that's happened this weekend of just throw, dash, throw.
Yeah. There's one point I think he did it like 4 or 5 times in a row against someone.
Yeah. It's hard to defend against that as Dalsum.
Yeah. And a lot of times you'd rather even eat the throw than just eat the big damage that, Necalli gets off the crush counter. But here comes Champ.
Champ getting some spacing for himself. Will there be Dragon Punch? Nope, just jumps back. OS tech.
Yeah, like you said, he's really trying to avoid those ground pounds. Each one of those leads to a knockdown, and here comes Champ once again.
Yeah, each one of those also builds V-meter for Phenom, and that is bad news for F-Champ. So now Trigger's ready.
Yeah.
And you see how bad that is for Sim. Dashing in already is Phenom.
Yeah, Phenom activating it right away. Just wants that walk speed.
Nice read. The jump, that's going to be it. So each time Trigger happened, F-Champ was dead in 10 seconds. And so you see why it's important for him to try to delay that as much as he can. He wants to deal a lot of damage and get positioning set up before that trigger comes. You know it's going to come. I mean, you build V-meter by getting hit, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to come. Question is, how well prepared can you be as Dalsum for it?
Yeah, and how early is Phenom going to activate it? It seems like his game plan is like, hey, as soon as I get it, I'm going to activate it.
Yep.
This walk speed is definitely going to help me kind of close that gap that he needs to in this matchup. Okay, there you go. Nice. I love that from Champ. Good pressure here.
A lot of gray damage. Oh, boy. Even though that was an anti-air, that was a lot of damage on Sim because of that gray life.
Yep. Look at this. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if Champ really wanted the neutral jump there.
Yeah, I don't know either. The dash forward. And waking up with buttons is F-Champ, and he missed the airport.
Yeah.
The air teleport was what he wanted. Oh, neutral jump. What an idea from Phenom. Again.
Oh, my goodness.
If you look at when that happened, that V-trigger came out within 10 game seconds. That was the end of the round. 3 times now. Tough spot for F-Champ right now. He has to win next 2 rounds. And it's not going to look easy, that's for sure. Phenom starting it off much better than he had previously.
Yeah, he just looks so confident in this match. And Champ is just hitting him so much more, but just the damage is not there. Phenom just kind of needs that one knockdown, and all the momentum is on his side.
F-Champ staying mobile.
Yeah, this has kind of been the story of the neutral here, but finally, okay, gets a little bit of momentum on his side. That was a trick he caught.
All right, I like it.
Oh, and he's getting close to stun. Is Champ going to keep going in? No, okay. No, looks like Champ is really changing it up. He's playing a much more offensive
Wow,
Dhalsim.
command grab. What a choice. That definitely caught F-Champ off guard.
And here you go. That should do it. And Champ with a small adjustment there. I think he's opting to be a little bit more aggressive.
One thing I'm worried about for him, though, is if that was the tech, like if that was like the trick that he was saving, now it's out in the open. And Phenom is probably not going to get hit by that twice unless there's some other cool variation to it. So, although he did do something cool, F-Champ still, I feel, is in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, and it's just the way Champ's playing right now, you can tell it looks like he kind of wants to go in more. Just the way he was approaching that neutral. He's kind of finding a way in. That was so nice. Could not get too much off of it.
Got to stay on top of that dash, and he did.
Oh,
the read!
Look at Champ right now. He's looking so strong.
Trying to bait. Anti-air was there. This time he was light on that before. He got the right call, but sim life. Hard to do.
Yeah, no.
Look at the spacing. Again, though, Phenom is not out of this
Unless
he gets too crazy about it.
Bulldog his way in here. Look at this. I mean, Phenom's going to need a lot, yeah.
No, that's a safe spot.
And Champ is going to tie it up 1-1 here. What a change since the first game.
It really was. I don't really understand the play from Phenom in the second half of that round.
Yeah.
Jumping in, dashing in, and it was not working. You know, the positioning was there for F-Champ. Finally, F-Champ said, okay, I'm going to stick at this spot.
Yeah.
And for a lot of that time, he was just moving backwards, moving around. And finally, he picked a spot, and he was right about when to do it because he had all the anti-airs and ground control at that exact moment.
Yeah, I think Champ right now slowly trying to approach his way in. Okay, here comes Phenom. Yeah, Phenom just loves the use of that throw, as we talked about earlier.
Yes. Yeah, look at this spacing. Very different play right now out of F-Champ. Much more grounded, and as a result, Phenom in.
Yeah, Champ's going to be a difficult escape, but he does.
What a read.
Yeah, really good stuff here from Phenom, but that was a little bit of an unnecessary risk. It's going to cost him a lot of life and great positioning.
I love the screen.
Yeah,
the screen control.
This is so good.
Oh, big! Well, Phenom gets something. He's in this.
Yeah, what's
he's in this.
This is going to be big here. Okay, nice reviewers. And Champ right now just barely staying alive. This could almost do it here. One more mix-up, and the overhead takes it.
Wow. F-Champ seemed like things were good, but you can never really feel that way as Dhalsim. And Phenom's Necalli played it great.
Oh my god, did you see that strong counter hit? Great button choice here from Phenom.
This grounded play is not working out for F-Champ. He's got to go back.
Oh, that's close to stun. He's got to be careful.
Yes, this grounded play is killing him.
Yeah, one more hit can do it, but nice. F-Champ does get away. Yeah, this is... Champ's going to need to make a pretty big comeback here. He's going to need some more crazy mix-ups like we've seen before.
Right, and that's not going to do it for him. One more for Phenom. The low after having established overhead.
And look at Champ's defense. So solid.
He can't get hit. Anything is a risk.
Okay, what's Champ got? Oh, and the crouch jab wake up, and Phenom is going to take it over.
Nice play by Phenom. Very, very pretty stuff.
Yeah,
I love, you know, he understands the matchup. He understands the characters really, really well.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's looking for. He understands the power of the V-trigger. The dashes were on point in a lot of that situation. And when he was up close, the mix-ups really worked out for him, too.
Yeah.
F-Champ's mobile style was good enough for a while. He then made the switch to the more grounded style so he could anti-air better and control his stand strong better. But it never felt like he went back to the previous mobile style once Phenom had made the adaptation to that.
Exactly, yeah. It's so risky for him to even go crazy and teleport his way in because he can be giving up so much health, you know, if one of the mix-ups doesn't work out. So, good stuff there. Phenom still keeping himself alive here throughout this tournament. Had a bunch of close games, and he's still running strong.
He's the only European left, that's for sure.
And looks like the next match up here is Red Bull's Bonchan versus XYZZY.
Okay, so we know who finished in 13th place in top 16. Those players were, let me open this up for you. It was Cien, it was E.G. Ricky Ortiz, it was Razor Infiltration, and then PG Filipino Champ. So those were your 13th places. Now we have to decide who makes top 8. We already know winners.
Yeah.
Got to see who's in losers.
Going to be some very interesting matches here. XYZZY just doing so well throughout this whole tournament. It's going to be just had one close match there with Alex Myers. We'll see. We'll see how Bonchan is going to deal with some of the birdie pressure, especially with how he plays birdie. You know, we're going to see a lot of those stand forwards, a lot of those crouching jabs. Really have such a solid, you know, connection of strings. Like, he just almost seems like he knows all the right buttons to press in the right ranges with birdie. Makes it look easy. And, you know, I've always said Birdie's one of those characters, man. He's just so good to learn to play if you want to develop your defense. You know, really if you want to develop your spacing, your defense, he's almost like the hyperbolic time chamber. He is just a great training character to learn as if you want to, you know, improve your fundamentals. It looks like we're going into it.
Interesting stat from Sir Retro 08. F-Champ punished every dash and jump in attempt in round 2 of game 2, but, you know, that's, as we saw, it was not enough long term. So, next one. Who makes top 8? XYZZY, Bonchan. Punish.
Okay. Looks like Bonchan might play this aggressively like how we saw against Tien.
Yeah, that seems to be his MO generally as Nash.
Yeah, okay, kind of gets him out of the corner, but yeah. Oh, wow. Gets the stun already. Look at Bonchan here. Stealing a bit of meter.
Yep.
And just going in, just bulldogging his way in. Yes.
Wow, yep.
He was ready for it. That was such a nice range to neutral jump, because even if he did do a stand forward or something, could have likely whip punished that.
Great call.
Here he comes.
Moving, and the whiff punish. XYZZY might be getting a little bit flustered with how this game has gone so far. Kind of overextended. The few chances he's had, yeah, another overextension.
Yeah, it just seems like no button is working for him right now. Yeah, great punish there.
So Bonchan, it's not, wow. It's not just that XYZZY might be getting flustered. It's that, you know, Bonchan is putting himself in the right spots very consistently. Yeah. So that he gets the punishes. So he gets.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Bonchan, calm down.
Wow.
That was so sick.
That was super great.
And the XYZZY just kind of smiles at infiltration really quick. He's like, all right, we'll pretend that didn't happen. And we'll see. See what adjustments he can make. But like, just like you said, he's really struggling in that neutral right now. Bonchan seems like he's just doing all the right things to escape those normals.
Oh, yes. He's just ready for everything. Everything that XYZZY wants to do. Bonchan has the anti-airs, he has the punishes, he has the positioning to make the whiffs get punished. Everything from Bonchan is just on fire.
Yeah, Bonchan using that EX to get a little bit more damage. It just gets hit from the fireball. Yeah, XYZZY looks very, very flustered right now. This does seem very difficult.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Well, I just don't feel like we've seen anything that XYZZY wants to do. Sometimes he's had anti-air, whatever, counter-poke, but nothing that's really led into an XYZZY situation.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see him back up a little bit, use that V-skill a little bit more. I mean, it looks like Bonchan has been really just looking for jump-ins. And that's been a little bit of the problem throughout this match.
Terrible, terrible matchup so far for XYZZY, I gotta tell you. Bonchan just controlling everything about this.
Oh my goodness!
The whiff punish of stand medium kick. That might be it.
Yeah, that's going to take it. And Bonchan makes XYZZY look like, man, how did you make it this far? But in reality, he was playing so well throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah.
So big ups to him.
Yeah.
Big ups to everyone who brought him here. Definitely one of the most enjoyable players to watch. But man, Bonchan was just doing all the right things there.
Yes.
All the right spacing, the great decisions. Man.
Take a look at this again. It was just back and forth, just complete control. And typically it was just Bonchan making all the right reads. And not even just reads like this. It was himself just being at the right spots. Like, it didn't need to make big risks happen or anything. It was just like that kind of stuff, right? Like, XYZZY just trying to fight it mid-range, just trying to keep Nash out, and his reward for that was the whiff punish into super. That looks like a really tough matchup.
Yeah, he made it look so easy just because you know Birdie's going to be pressing buttons in that neutral, and every time it seemed like Bonchan was ready with a jump in. Because let's face it, a lot of Birdie's normals, unless you're doing the crouch jab or whatnot, are quite slow, very easy to jump in on. And Bonchan was always making those right guesses, and he is going to move up. I believe he made top 8 then?
He just did.
Yeah.
He made top 8 in loser's side. Congrats to Red Bull Bonchan, who has been doing that lately. You know, he's really turned it on in the back half of this year. Yeah. So, okay, we move to the next one in loser's side. Again, it's the EG
Yes,
Gauntlet
the EG Gauntlet.
for Nuki.
The EG Pit of Wolves, right, as we like to call it, as
Mm.
Nuki has to went through Ricky Ortiz.
Yeah, so he went through, by order, Justin Wong, PR Balrog, Ricky Ortiz, and now it can be K-Brad.
Yes, so K-Brad is EG's last hope here to kind of redeem him. But K-Brad's been looking really good. Looking really, really solid.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, recall when he lost, it seemed like it was because he got impatient and he tried to jump in too often. We didn't see the ground play. But knowing K-Brad, he's very good at recognizing things in himself. Once he gets off the stick, he's very good at analyzing that.
Yeah.
And I would think that his analysis was, I have to settle down. I got to get back to that clean, patient play, that good spacing play that I want to do. So I'm looking for him to play that way coming into this.
Yeah, hopefully he makes that adjustment. I mean, self-awareness as a player is something that's kind of hard to have, and a lot of the top players really do need. And I definitely do think K-Brad has that. I think he probably walked out of that match knowing that, hey, I was getting a little too flustered. But we'll see. I mean, we've seen Nuki really flipping that switch and going crazy with his Chun-Li.
Right, yeah. Even if K-Brad plays this well, Nuki's going to be a major challenge.
Yeah.
As he's shown, every time we see him on stream, it feels like he's pressuring like crazy, or he's just absolutely a wall in footsies. He's just so good at all the different facets of the game.
Yeah. Very, very curious to see how far he's going to make it.
He can make top 8 right now.
Yep.
This is 4 top 8. K-Brad could have done it in winners, but as we said, he ended up losing to Knuckle Dew. So now he's going to have to take this one to get in by the loser's side.
That's right.
Only a couple more players left after this to decide who makes top 8. Nuki and K-Brad. After that, Daigo versus Daikoku.
Yeah.
After that, Phenom against Chen Chang.
Yeah, Daigo versus Daikoku should be a good match too. We'll see a bit of Ryu versus Birdie. Going to be a very strong neutral game between those two. But
okay, see what K-Brad can do. We'll see what Nuki brings to the table. Playing versus Cammy, I would have to think that some of that offense is going to be tougher to do for Nuki. But K-Brad is typically quite patient, and it's rare that he wakes up with Dragon Punch. He'll have reactions with things, but it's rare that he takes that kind of risk. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what the read is that Nuki gets on K-Brad, see if he goes in.
We always compliment, K-Brad's, spacing and his footsie game, and I think that's kind of what he needs for this matchup in particular. I think he's got all the right skills and attributes as a player to really do well against Shun. So we'll see. Here we go, Nuki once again going with that original color.
For those who I wish to protect, I will fight you.
And K-Brad going with maybe like red? Kind of red, pink.
There we go, look at this. Oh my god.
Just at the tip.
Yeah.
Spacing was perfect.
Look at this, and here comes K-Brad trying to find his way in.
Nuki walked up a little bit too far. K-Brad interrupted. Same thing for Nuki.
Yeah, Nuki was ready with the buttons there. Was not falling for that shimmy at all. Oh, wow.
Wow, nice.
Nuki really feeling it.
I love the use of EX legs like that. Why not? It's safe. It's 5-frame startup. The chase!
My goodness. And
What was that?
And just as you were talking about it, he was going... K-Brad does not DP very much on Wake Up, and then that could have been a decent option there. But, I mean, he needed a lot to bring that back.
If you have that reputation, I almost think it's worth just not doing that in the first round. That's maybe a surprise at the last round, It's kind of save that tech, but not tech, but save that mix-up, I guess.
The PlayStation Network, that PSN tech.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. Oh, wow. Looks like he was ready for that, but that does not work as he was airborne. K-Brad here gets some counter hits, but no conversions here. Nuki's getting away with a lot.
Yeah, there might be those buttons from Nuki that push his character back when his character gets counter hit. A bunch of characters have those tools. That might be part of what's going on there.
Here we go. Nuki once again playing this offensive style. Oh, I like that crouch jab into V-trigger attempt there, but...
K-Brad taking advantage.
Okay. Comes Nuki.
Again, taking advantage. Nuki is playing this very patiently.
Wow.
And he's winning both on offense and in mid-range, but he's let K-Brad wake up quite a bit. I wonder if he's looking for a wake-up TP. It hasn't come.
Yeah, K-Brad right now, I think he's almost going in a little too little.
Okay.
He's seems like he's got a lot of respect right now in that mid-range game. And that's kind of... Nuki's taking advantage of that. He's really jumping into those EX legs and getting a lot of low forward conversions. But here comes K-Brad. This is exactly kind of a little bit more of how I'd like to see him play.
Well, that said, he's cornered just like that. Nuki has the control. Expect him not to give it up easily. Oh, he makes a mistake.
Oh yeah, K-Brad. He's got to use that V reverse soon. He's getting close to stun.
The escape otherwise.
Yeah, he wanted that. He wants that
But
trigger.
look at this. Nuki
Yeah.
just relentless. You know, he understood that he was so close to getting the stun, and he pressed. Oftentimes, people at this level of play will wait it out. They won't press too hard, but Nuki tried it out, and it worked.
Yeah, very interesting. So we now know that K-Brad wants to keep his trigger, which is obviously a huge tool for Cammy, but it's definitely getting him a lot of damage eaten in the corner. So that decision might be something that K-Brad may want to change up, especially against, you know, Nuki's aggressive playstyle right now.
Yeah, Nuki played the mid-range, and as soon as he got the knockdown, it was time to go in. Look at this.
So ready for everything. There you go. There's that V-trigger, like the early activation.
Oh, he spends all the meter on it, and that may, you know, he's probably going to get another one before he dies.
Yeah, not sure what K-Brad's looking for. That was a missed dive kick attempt.
Oh, boy.
That's going to cost him a lot and lost him corner pressure.
Again, wake up jab. So K-Brad, even though he hasn't done DP, has somehow managed to establish that he can wake up. Nuki's let him do it, but Nuki's just controlled everything else so much that it hasn't seemed to matter.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if K-Brad's just missing the input or he's just faking it.
Oh, well,
because it's been like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. Trying to outrange the crouching strong. You know that's what Chun's looking for.
Okay, here comes K-Brad. He's going to need quite a lot here. Nuki looking so confident. Okay, here you go.
K-Brad's still alive. OS Tech back. Wow, all right, K-Brad still has a chance in this.
Oh, and
never mind. Nuki takes it 2 games to 0. Nuki's path to top 8 was Justin Wong, e.g. Justin Wong, e.g. PR Balrog, e.g. Ricky Ortiz. And then to top it off, e.g. K-Brad. He had
you know what, David?
all 4
you
North American
you just
EG
had
players.
to pour it on again at the end. Huh?
Well, you know what? That's the story. Nuki does it, and any of those 4 had the opportunity to put an end to it, and none of them quite did.
Yeah, so he is going to be seeing him tomorrow in the top 8. I believe that starts at 7 p.m. But we got 2 more matches before that. Big one coming up next.
Yeah, okay, so Daigo's coming up now versus Daikoku. Beast Daigo Umehara versus 8765 Daikoku Go.
Yeah, who is the last birdie player left now here. But it's pretty impressive that we saw 2 birdie players at top 16 as we've been talking about the evolution of the game and the evolution of the characters that we've been seeing. So, you know, we'll see how ready Daigo is against the birdie matchup. I mean, I've seen quite a few birdies. From Japan. So
okay, you know, I haven't seen that many. I guess I've seen. I would say Crusher is probably the one I'm thinking about most, but I haven't talked with him about this in months. But I remember maybe at EVO, I asked Tokido what he thought about Birdie. You know, what's his experience against Birdie?
Yeah.
And I asked him, you know, does he play against any strong birdies in Japan? And he said his response was no birdies.
No birdies?
No birdies. So maybe things have changed since then, but at the time, at least, he said that there was not enough to really get a good understanding of the matchup.
Yeah.
So top 12 was where XYZZY finished. It was just outside of top 8. 9th place, right?
Yeah.
And it could be the same for another birdie. You know, that character has, as we mentioned, it's been really building in success. I do feel sometimes like there are matchups that end up, you know, being the wall, sort of the ceiling to his leveling up. And the way that Bonchan played that, Nash might be one of those.
That was something else, And I mean, XYZZY went through a few Nashes, I think, on his way to top 16, but Bonchan just played it a whole other way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I wonder if it was just a matchup experience there against that. So, of course, I think winner's side, it's John versus Xiaohai.
Right. Xiaohai versus John Takeuchi is one side of winners top 8. The other one is Alex Myers versus Knuckle Dew.
Wow. This is crazy.
Yeah, a couple of
the US
Street Fighter 4 era players from the US who have now really come into their own. Well, Knuckle Dew's been there for years, but now Alex Myers is there too.
And here comes Daigo.
Looking ready.
Yeah, it looks like he's really starting to find himself in this game too. Yeah, early on, it was sometimes in certain matchups, it was it seemed like he didn't know whether to play aggressive or to play defensive. And as the game's evolving and he's seeing other people play Ryu, I think even Tokido kind of inspired Daigo in small ways, especially the way he played against the Nash matchup way back. And was it... well, what event was it again? It was Grand Finals. I totally forget.
I don't remember. No, I'm not sure, I guess.
A CEO. I got it. It came to my brain. It was CEO, the Grand Final CEO, which is quite a while ago now, of course.
Yep.
But
back in June.
Daigo seems like he's really developed a lot of matchup knowledge since then. So,
yeah, he's talked publicly about how he's experimented with different styles of play, and it feels to me like he's landed on a really great style for himself. He's only in losers because he lost an incredible match, and it's not like it was anything to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
So I feel like he has just played great all day today. It's been awesome to see. See if he can keep it up, but Daikoku wants to end it, of course. Daikoku trying to make his own top 8. He'd love to eliminate Daigo Umehara if he could.
Yes, and you know, Daikoku is a very animated player too. You can see him right on the bottom right, just
psyching
as I
himself
said it.
up.
Yeah,
Look
he
at
really
this.
gets himself into it, slaps himself, and let's see if he can take out BST Daigo Umehara.
No anti-air. Daikoku not ready. There it is this time. And just neutral jumping was Daigo. Maybe look for command grab. I don't know.
I mean, Birdie's got those great normals to deal with it. I love that use of that stand short.
That's just a punish.
Okay.
Oh, it's huge!
Yeah, good damage here.
I'll say. And the setup. And just like that, Daikoku, life advantage, positional advantage. Maybe stun!
That should be stun. Yeah. And look at Daikoku right now, taking out the first round.
That fell apart so quickly for
Yeah.
Daigo.
A little bit too much respect there from Daigo. Not pressing anything.
Wow, okay. Rare to see somebody like Daigo get hit by that.
Now, just like I was mentioning, I think Birdie's got all the tools to really deal with Ryu. This could be a very annoying matchup for Ryu.
Well, Daikoku has the read right now.
Again?
He has the read right now.
Yeah.
These command grabs are all working.
Oh, I'm surprised there was no anti-air there.
I think there was a counter hit there. That might have been the intention, but it didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, this time he waited extra long.
Okay, he's getting close to stun here. Daikoku got to get out or use some V-reverse. Okay.
Probably safe now from stun. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that might be it.
Safe. And, okay,
Oh,
gets the sweep. That's smart.
sweep.
He knew that standing medium wasn't in range. Really good understanding there. Okay.
Jumping safely. The counter poke was there. Too far for stand short punish. Anything's going to do it. Overhead does it. Daikoku game 1.
Look at him. He is feeling himself right now here at Canada Cup 2016. Daikoku up 1 game over Daigo.
All that time, we were talking about Daigo, and turns out Daikoku's the one to talk about.
Yeah.
Daikoku birdie. Now, we have to see the changes out of Daigo's play. What's it going to be? What's the adaptation? He always comes into the second rounds with adaptations, but maybe it was too many fireballs.
Let's see. Nice pressure there. Just Birdie's got all the tools. I mean, he can catch a fireball if he reads it right. He's got those buttons to deal with Ryu's normals. Okay.
Oh, underneath. Wow, but nicely punished.
Yeah, definitely not something you can get away with.
Okay, hard read.
Okay.
Hard read again.
Here comes Daigo.
The low.
And the overhead. And here we go. Daigo going to go up 1 game here in match number 2.
So at the start, too many fireballs was not the right solution.
Yeah.
But he ended up finding the right solution, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. I like it. Yeah, definitely one option that Daigo's going to need to respect more. Okay, yeah, get that early damage. I like it.
Right, still has a chance to build super in this round.
Yeah, you know, Ryu, one of the few characters, if he has V-Trigger and he supers, he loses all of his V-Trigger.
That has been consistent for Daikoku.
Okay, nice back.
Waited patiently. No, got ahead of himself. Daigo saw it.
Look at the patience right now from Daigo, just throwing fireballs, but he's got to be careful. The dolphin dive is getting ready. Okay. Daikoku.
Can Daikoku find a setup into trigger here? What's he
look
going to do? Oh, anti-air was
yeah.
ready by Daigo.
And look at Daigo really mixing up that fireball pattern. I really like that. Keeping Daikoku in check. Daikoku was too afraid to actually go for the dolphin dive.
Daigo looks as calm as can be.
Yep.
Very different countenance on the right. trying to psych himself up. And on Daigo's side, trying to calm himself down.
Yes.
Different players succeed in different ways.
Yeah. It's cool to see. Ooh, I like the use of the armor, getting through that fireball. Forward Fierce, that's a big jump in here. This is great positioning here for Daikoku, but Daigo just gets out.
Didn't overextend. I love that sweep.
Yeah, I mean,
He's done it at a range that's hard to punish.
oh yeah, Birdie's got one of the furthest sweeps in the game.
Yeah. Pressure opportunity now. Daigo's still making it work. Yeah, this is a great work. Wow, okay.
Yeah, a bit of a crazy option, but worked out for him.
Anti-air. Daigo ready.
Yeah.
Just in case. That does allow the opponent to get a free dash if they'd like.
Okay, great anti-air there.
Wow,
And
Daigo with the DP.
Daigo going in right now, and he's going to be one round away from taking it from Daikoku here. Very close matches here.
Oh, yeah, that's punished.
Gotta
Well,
be careful.
I don't think throw was punished, but could have done something.
Oh, once again, that overhead. Something
Didn't
we've seen
fireball.
Daikoku use quite a lot throughout his run here at Canada Cup 2016.
Oh,
but here-
Daigo's really getting the pressure right.
oh, there's the banana. He just jumps right over it.
Banana gone.
Yes. and
Pressure's still there.
one hit away, and that should do it. And Daigo Umehara is going to take out Daikoku from Canada Cup 2016. Great
Okay.
stuff.
Daikoku took the first game.
Yeah.
After that, like I said, Daigo always comes into a second game following a loss with an adaptation.
Yeah.
There's always some change in his play.
Well, we were talking about earlier how Daigo is probably the king of long sets. You know, you run that guy to
Right.
play a first to 10.
Right.
We've seen him just demolish people in first to 10s, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well,
That's
he's
great.
in top 8 now. Congratulations to Daigo Umehara.
the Lord and Savior is still around, but
Yes, indeed.
we still got one more game here coming up. BX3 Phenom versus Shen Chang.
Could it be Jury in top 8?
It could. Yeah, that
Could
would be.
be.
Yeah, I mean, that means we'd see a Jury, a Rashid. It would be a,
Right, yeah, let's talk about the characters that are already in there. So we have from Xiaohai, Kami.
Yeah.
Right, Takeuchi, Rashid. Alex Myers, Kami. Knuckle Dew is Guile. So we have 2 repeats. Then in loser side so far, Bonchan Nash, Nuki Chun, Daigo Ryu, and then it will be either Phenom with Nikali or Shen Chang with Jury. So we do have good character variety in there.
Either than the Camis, I think everyone's playing a different character.
It could have been that there were 3 Camis and top 8 winners even.
Yeah.
But it ended up being that K-Brad lost and then lost right again, so he is not going to be in top 8.
It looks like we're going to go into it. I cannot believe Shen Chang has made it this far. I mean, he's a fantastic player. We talked earlier how he came from a Third Strike background, but playing Yun in both Third Strike and in Street Fighter 4. And now really making that switch to Jury. It's working out for him. And Phenom here trying to rep the pride of Europe. He's got a whole continent on his back.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
how
even in Europe, he defended their territory, so
Yeah.
he's a good one to choose. If you have to have somebody defend the European continent, then there you go.
Let me hear your sweet
Characters we
squeak.
expect.
Yeah.
Jury, Phenom, Nikali.
Yeah, and we got to believe that, you know, Shen Chang's performance here is going to inspire some more Jury players. And we'll see what he can do here against Nikali. These two battling it out for top 8 here at Canada Cup 2016.
Okay, let's see how Shen Chang plays this. Already loading up a little bit. Phenom attacking from far. Nice call into the setup. No, away.
Yeah, actually, we've been seeing him do that quite a lot in the Nikali matchup, kind of getting through those ground pounds and getting a punish off of it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, the combo
Yeah.
on the trade!
I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great awareness there from Phenom. Yeah, right now Shen Chang just trying to get out of that corner.
Yeah, just fighting. Trying to do some work for himself. Backing up, he wants the fireball. He's got it now.
Nice. Okay,
Very buttonsy play from Shen, and that didn't really work out.
yeah, Phenom just kind of mauling him, just pressing a lot of buttons, not really afraid of what Jury could do.
Right.
And even though he was right in front of him, he's like, you know what, I'm going to keep pressing crouch strong.
Too far, not punished. Phenom moving though.
Yeah, once
Setting
again.
up buttons. He's seen the buttonsy play already. So rather than doing dash grab, he's already
My
seen
goodness.
that he knows Shen wants to escape, And the counter was there. Phenom should be the game.
Yeah, I mean, this has been kind of the reason why Shen Chang lost the last game of what he's going to do. Okay, ground pound. It's just that lack of not being able to use the V reverse and getting himself in that corner has just been such a big struggle for Shen Chang. It's just, he's going to have to eat that pressure. It's going to take so long for him to get out of the corner once he's in it. So, Jury's somewhat weak V reversal is kind of costing him quite a lot here. So, let's see what adjustments Shen Chang can make. Hopefully, get out of those situations a little bit more.
Phenom, the sole remaining European player.
Yep.
That's right. Representing that continent. Here he comes now.
Yeah, and once again, the same situation as last time, but this time he gives up the corner. And yeah, that standing jab anti-air.
Oh, okay. Shen Chang getting the punish on the European player.
Yeah, not too much damage, but here he comes. I like the back throw, gets better positioning. Okay. Little poke string here.
Love the button timings from Phenom. Shen Chang just trying to escape.
Oh,
Nice!
yeah.
Just as it seemed like he was trying to run.
I don't know if he reacted to that ground pound, but that was absolutely on point. And
Again!
Once again.
I love Shen bringing this out. It's a safe option. And he comes in for the grab.
Here you go. Chang with a great adjustment. It's the fact that he just wasn't in that corner. It's really been costing him.
Phenom at the other side of the screen. He's been able to attack well. He's been able to play patiently. But yeah, that was great.
Stand fierce there.
Walk under the patience from Shen.
Nice. I like the back away. And
Nice.
yeah, Phenom was totally ready for it.
Doing it for Europe.
Okay.
That fireball just dissipating, unfortunately. So only so much you can get in terms of setup out of it. This now is good though for Phenom. Corner control, big damage. Oh, huge crush counter, even the stun.
Yeah, this should do it here.
I would think so. Doesn't even spend bar.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great round for Phenom. He's got the full meter to work with.
Yeah, Jury will be back. Okay, there she is. So Phenom now at match point, trying to get into the top 8.
Okay, here you go. Here's some pressure here, and Phenom trying to kind of keep him in the corner.
Yeah, I like Phenom spacing at the moment. Oh wow, just like that, Shen Chang jumped at an unusual time.
Not a great amount of damage from Jury, but
Oh, that's Jury life.
yeah.
You know, under certain conditions he can get big damage, but typically not.
Could have gotten a little bit more off that bat. I don't think he had the charges. He needs the charges, and that's kind of one weakness with Jury. Nice. Okay, the neutral jump is big. This is huge right here. The neutral jump, once again. Yeah, and Shen Chang just trying to get out there, using that bar. Great tech. Let's see. Is Shen Chang going to activate his V-trigger? Yes. Here you go.
Okay.
What you got?
Gotta have some tricks in here.
Oh,
No,
nice block.
Phenom
Shen Chang
finding
defense has
it.
been on point right now. Wow, Phenom just totally bulldogging his way in right now. Let's see what he's got. This is so scary. Both players.
Danger.
Shen Chang's got meter to work. You got to watch for that EX Hazanchu, just as I said it. Totally not called the Hazanchu. That's what we call it.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. Anti-air finally there. That's been a problem for him almost every time we've watched him play.
He's got to be careful. Any hit here
Oh,
can
Phenom,
leave.
very
So
dangerous. 11 seconds.
Much.
Oh,
Whoa,
punish!
and he does it. And Shen Chang tying it up 1-1, barely staying alive. Reppin' Texas, I believe.
Texas it is. Yes, sir. The Austin area. And from Norway, which is in Europe, it's Phenom.
Wow. I mean, you just can see how many times Jury has to hit Nikali. Just Shen Chang's play has been so in and out and just getting a little bit of damage and then going full screen, repositioning himself, getting those charges.
Right.
And
I can see
kind of
why
been the story.
I can see why he likes the character. Shen's always been a very movement-heavy player.
Yeah.
And with Jury, you need to have that. You need to back up, get charges, move in, back up, move in, back up. There's all sorts of stuff like that for her.
Yeah, and just as you said that, he started the round with a backdash, but here comes Phenom with so much pressure on his side. Oh, goodness. Nice defense here.
Harassing.
Close, yeah, close to stun.
Anti-air, yeah. Great spacing, great patience by Phenom.
And I'm telling you, it's that
Oh, boy.
goodness, that lack of veer reverse has been so scary. for Xian Chang. Like
It's
just
a problem, you know?
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate situation about the character. You just can't really rely on that view reversal.
Yeah, and against characters like Nikali, and of course we saw Rashid earlier, so difficult. Now he's got the corner pressure.
Backing off, trying to set things up again is Shen.
Yeah, just getting little bits of damage like we saw earlier last game. But just Phenom needs that one opening, and he's already going to tie it up with health.
Here's the buttons that Shen was actually getting punished for before, but he comes in with the fireball setup.
Okay. Off to save his meter. Nice.
Great tech.
Yeah.
So many times Phenom wants that. Stun not quite there.
Oh,
Anti-air jab!
And
We're
look
looking at
this.
match point now for Shen Chang with Jury to make it into top 8 at Canada Cup. One of the biggest majors this year in Street Fighter V, a character that a lot of people feel is underpowered, but he's making it work.
Yeah, both of them almost have full meter here. Shen Chang just going to need to make a few more charges, so both characters really scary right now. Yeah, and right there, Shen Chang using up all of his charges. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, he's got himself in the corner.
Okay,
He's got
the punish.
to try and get out. I love the back tech from Phenom. That back tech still gave him that corner positioning.
Phenom might be getting a little bit ahead of himself in some ways. Some of the dashes, some of the sweeps he's had have not really been safe.
Yeah,
and the punishes are not huge, but you know, over time they can add up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's eating little bits of those standing medium kicks over time, and it's all been adding up. Like, look, just like that.
Right.
And Shen Chang just goes back and repositions himself.
Right, exactly, yeah. Trying to jump it at an unusual time, but no! Norway's Phenom gets it.
And
Can he pressure? He can kill if he gets a hit.
Okay, here comes Shen Chang. He's got the V-trigger activated. What's this here? Oh,
He's got it, I
raw
think!
super!
Wow!
Oh my goodness! And this just might do it.
Phenom!
Phenom!
He gets into top 8 on the strength of Wake Up. Well, no, Wake Up Super essentially from Phenom does it. So the only European player, the only non-East Asian player to win a premiere in Street Fighter V, Phenom, still can do it again in the top 8. We'll see him tomorrow. But man, what an end for Shen Chang.
Oh, man.
And he's walking away
this,
with a smile
okay.
on his face. What can you say about
So
that?
he goes for the pressure. He had the charges. I mean, he had his V-trigger activated. So he had all the strength. So Phenom knew at one point there was going to be a gap.
Right, so not actually Wake Up Super, but kind of the same idea. Just random
Phenom
super.
with the great training from PlayStation Network. I love it. And look at that smile. I mean, he just knew he got away with murder there.
Well, he was #1 online, as Ryan Hart points out to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the damage output from Jury is typically not that great. So even if you do take a bet like that, it's not going to be as terrible. And if you do random super and it's blocked, the punishment is less than if it was random DP because there's no crush counter afterwards. So,
and
if you're going to bring out some random option, you know, it should be super. Some people will do like Dragon Punch into super if that's an option for your character.
Yeah.
You know, it's an expensive way to make it work, but it is less risky in some ways than just Dragon Punch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, we've seen throughout that whole set, Jury does not have the huge damage output, so I think it was a worthy risk.
Yeah.
But I think even if, I mean, I think he was costing the whole game on it, but still.
Yeah, he's definitely betting it on.
But
look,
wasn't
it
too
was the right
afraid.
one to bet on.
It worked
Sometimes
out.
you got to do that.
Yeah, that was something else. But Phenom making top 8.
Yes.
And like we said, I mean, sadly, no Jury in top 8.
Right.
That could have been the first Jury, I think, at a CPT event, making top 8. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
So, I don't know of any others.
So
okay, top 8 is set for tomorrow. In winner's side, Kanba Doyu Xiaohai versus our Kappa John Takeuchi.
Yeah.
Also, RN Alex Myers against Liquid Knuckledew. Then in loser's side, let me bring this one up. What did I just do? Okay, it is Bonchan versus Red Bull Bonchan versus CBZ Nuki.
Yep.
And then it's going to be BST Daigo Umehara versus BX3 Phenom.
Ooh.
That is a good lineup. You know, there's a lot of those are very interesting matches with a lot of there are rematches in there. For example, that last one, there are very interesting character matches in there. Regional representation is good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for Canadians, but
You just got to
North America's in there.
You got to pour it on, David. You
Continental
always-
pride, right?
I don't want to look at you right now, all right?
All
But,
right.
you know, I do got to say, you know, speaking of Canada, and this is going to be my end here for the commentary this weekend, I just want to say how proud I am of the whole community, and I want to thank, you know, the stream chat and all of you guys watching out there and everyone who's came out here to support. Obviously, they can't hear me right now, but it gets me emotional to think about how much this event has grown since, you know, the first one to what we have here, and we're a CPT event, and it's more than the Canada Cup team could ever imagine. And I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for always being there for us, and taking Canada seriously. I know we drink our maple syrup, and you guys think we live in igloos and stuff, but
what's funny to me too is that Canadians' perception of what other people think about Canada is maple syrup.
Yeah,
I don't know that anybody
trust
really
me,
does.
I don't know. Believe me, I've talked to some of my friends
Really?
from Brooklyn. Yeah,
Okay.
they think I live in igloos.
Okay,
all
that
right?
part, yeah, fine.
Okay, what do you mean? Why was that any
I'm
worse
not
than-
saying that is worthy. I'm just saying that I've heard that, and the maple syrup thing, I've heard only
Yeah,
Canadians
and then
talk about.
they rag on us for our health care. We're not going to get into it right
Okay,
now,
fine.
but just want to say a big thank you,
man.
and you guys definitely want to catch. I believe the stream starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow for the top 8 of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if before that you guys definitely want to tune in, because there's going to be the 5v5 that goes on.
Yep.
And I think there might even be some exhibition matches.
Okay,
which,
cool.
I'm not too certain about. So you guys got to tune in, follow Capcom Fighters, follow Canada Cup. Just kind of stay tuned in. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's going to be it.
See you tomorrow.